Hi everybody, Tex-Mex here. Thanks for joining me for another video. We're back on the green mat. That could only mean one thing. We're doing another unboxing. This time it's something sent to me by CVLIFE. As always, I am not sponsored by anybody. I'm not even a monetized channel. Occasionally some companies will send me something to review and just ask me for my honest opinion, and that's what's happened here. I'm not getting paid a dime for this review, and that's important nowadays so that YouTube knows that this is not a sponsorship. I'm literally just taking a look at this thing and seeing how it works. But today we're just going to do an unboxing, and then later on a subsequent video I'll go ahead and mount it and try it out and see how it lasts actual in-field use. But let's go ahead and open this up. Now this is the FoxSpook. It's the SO2 motion awake multi-reticle green red dot sight. So if you open up the box, you have a little instruction manual there. This looks like a cloth for the lens. Very nice. You get some batteries. 2 batteries. That's great. Another CVLIFE product I got also came with 2 batteries. So it's nice that you don't just get one to run it, but they give you an extra one because they know you're going to be enjoying it so much that you're going to be burning that battery out. Ooh, and I think there's something else in there. Maybe a tool. Let's see here. Yes, it's an Allen wrench. A couple of them, a thick one and a thin one. I'm expecting one of these is going to be to adjust the windage and elevation on the reticle, and the other one's most likely for mounting this on a rail. So let's go ahead and put that here to the side. And then the last thing in the box is the, let's see here, the actual sight itself. So let me take a look at this. Let's go ahead and take it out of the plastic. Sorry, I'm getting a lot of glare here from my light above, so I apologize about that. There we go. That's not too bad. Oh, and of course, always silica gel to keep everything nice and dry. Okay, so it looks like the old style sights. It does come with a little rubber cover here on the lens, so I'm sure that's to protect it in shipping, and also something you can use when you have it on your firearm to keep it protected when you're not using it, or just to keep dust off of it. So let's take a look here. So this thing has 5 brightness levels. It has either a green or red reticles. Now there are multiple reticles on this from what I've seen, and in a second I'll go ahead and install the battery so we can take a look at those. But there's a, let's see here, I think there's a single dot so if you want more precise shooting, and there's a starburst, crosshairs, and a bullseye. So we'll take a look at those. This also has a sleep mode. So if you have it on, after 4 minutes of no use, or I guess not being moved around, it will shut itself off. So that's good for maintaining battery life. It's made out of 61 aircraft grade aluminum alloy, so it's very, very sturdy. In fact, it has a rating of 1000 G shock resistance, which is pretty good for this type of sight. And it's an IPX6 waterproof. I did a little research on that to know exactly what that meant. And it means it's extremely waterproof, not meant to be submerged or any sort of sustained total immersion, but it can have water sprayed on it at high pressures for, you know, long periods of time, and you should be okay. Let's see here, the lens, it's a large lens. It's supposed to be a 31 by 21 millimeter lens, and you can see there it's real big, so you can see a good field of view down there. And from what they say, because I looked at some of the details on this, the height's supposed to be good for co-witnessing. I assume that means for certain firearms that the sight will co-witness with your iron sights if you wanted to, which a lot of people like, because that way it's you know, you have your backup iron sights in case the battery dies, or for some reason you need to switch back to the to your standard sights for some reason. You don't have to take it off. You'll just be able to see your sights through the lens. Now let me go ahead and let's see here. It looks like I may need a coin. I'm sure this will probably unscrew pretty quickly. Yeah, there we go. So let me go ahead and get a battery installed real quick. They are CR2032 batteries. Okay, I have the battery installed, and I think I have the lid on tight enough, so let's go ahead and see here. This is going to be the green side. Let's go ahead and make it nice and bright. So I can try to show it there on the camera, or my camera stops going to sleep. There we go. So you can see the light there. Let me try to make it a little bit brighter. Let's see here. I'm trying to catch it. Can you see it there? Yes, you can. Let me go ahead and dim the lights a little bit just to make this a little bit easier. I have a pretty bright light on top of me that you can see it there in the reflection. So let me turn that down a little bit and it'll help show these reticles. I can see it clearly with my eye, but I just don't think you're going to see it as well on this camera. So let me do that real quick. So the way you change the reticle on this particular optic is back here. You have a little lever that switches around where you go and pick the different reticles. So right here, it should be showing, and you can see that is just the green dot reticle. Let me go ahead and change it to, that is the bullseye reticle. It might be difficult to see on this camera. That's the bullseye. This is the crosshairs with a dot in the center. And the final one would be, you can see it there. This is basically the bullseye and the crosshairs with a dot in the center. It's the busiest of the sites, but it's very quick for quick acquisition. I'm sure that's going to be the best one there. For precise shooting, you're going to want to go all the way down to the single dot, because that's obviously going to make it a much more precise reticle for aiming. Now let's try the red. And I had it on power level 2. So yeah, it starts getting much brighter. Let's take it all the way to 5. There you go. Now you can see that's the highest brightness setting on the green. Now let's move it to the red. I'll put it, let's go ahead and just put it on the 3rd level. So not the highest, right there in the middle. And once again, you're going to have just the single, let me see it, I'm sorry, because it's different when I see it through my eye versus seeing it through my camera. So, but you can see it right there. Now let me switch it. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and put it on the brightest setting. That'll make it a lot easier. Yeah, see, it's much easier to see there with the brightest setting, seeing it through the camera. Now, let's go ahead and switch to the different reticles so you can see there. Let me see what that one is. That's the bullseye reticle. That is the, I can see it myself, that's the crosshairs reticle. And that one there is the bullseyes with crosshairs and the dot in the center. So yeah, very bright, very easy to see. And it's got the adjustment knobs for windage and elevation. So great little optic here. Claims to be robust. So now I just got to decide what I want to mount it on. And stay tuned, we'll do another video here soon where we actually are out using it in the field. So as always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.